For those of you that do not know me, I started this project about the time I probably started this channel. Pulled this wagon from the woods. As you see here, not very pretty, stuck between a bunch of pine trees, sitting down in the dirt. I just kind of fell in love with it and decided I wanted to build it for Hot Rod Power Tour to maybe take my family on this year. But if nothing else, build a cool wagon. It's always been a bucket list item of mine. So here it is in the woods before I pulled it out. Wish I would have got video and more footage, but this is all I have. So just to catch you all up, basically pulled it from the woods, got the hood straightened out with the hinges correct, cleaned it all out, all the bottles and everything else that was in there. I needed some wheels and tires that would roll, so I found some Mustang wheels. I think they look pretty good, actually. They tuck 10 wide in the back, which is pretty awesome. So enjoy the catch-up progress, and we will update y'all soon with some other projects. Alright, so today we're working more on the front end of this 68 wagon. I'm going to be getting the inner fenders out, front bumper off, down to everything, basically the front suspension frame. Swapping in the new stuff after it gets painted, and a little bit of metal work up there on the cowl. So, got to get some metal work done. That's the plan for today. Alright, so as you can see, the fenders are off. I was going to try to reuse them. So the whole front clip is now off. But I've got these two fenders that are in good shape. So I'm going to try to blend the paint and make it match up. And then use these for patch panels. Unfortunately, they are a lot more rusty than I anticipated. I'd have to put a patch in anyway and paint it anyway. So we're going to use the rust-free stuff and try to mimic the paint best we can. I have a whole front clip over there that's going to go in for the inner fenders, so everything should come together. A little bit more work than I anticipated. There's a good bit of rust right under this ledge right here, which is no big deal. We'll get it fixed up and then get this whole thing painted and squared away before we put that front clip on. But yep, that's today's update. Wagon is coming apart some more than anticipated, but not a bad thing. So we'll get it squared away. You can see, still working on the wagon. Haven't had any updates for y'all for a little while. That's because I'm having to rebuild this whole cowl pretty much piece at a time. So I'm getting close, but not quite done. I am also waiting on suspension kit and front disc brake kit. Those were actually stolen from my driveway. So I am waiting to see when those might be coming back in from the companies. Both of them worked extremely well with me to try to remedy the situation, even though it was FedEx's fault. But the next thing after that, getting the front clip back on, is getting the motor in, obviously. The perfect thing about having a wagon with rails is you have shelving for all your parts and random things that you don't need to go missing. So that's works in pretty handy. Extra grills, extra parts, paint. The next thing I'll be tackling will be this right here. Obviously this was rotten out from the window being down. Works out fine because we're going to go with a 68 fuel injected Mustang tank. So we're going to make a false floor for that. And then this tonneau system. I don't know if you can see this tonneau system that's right there. I actually found another set. I was going to make my own, but that was a little bit faster. We'll make the tonneau system fit again because there is no rear seat. So the tank will be down there kind of flush with the body in case I ever want to bag it or do anything different with the suspension or go lower. So we'll cut all that out, make us a subframe fuel tank, and then we'll leave room for airbag tank or some other stuff, or some room just to put some chairs and have some storage that's lockable. There is actually pretty cool feature. There's a lock right there. So we're going to get that working as well so we can lock things down so nobody can mess with them should the car be parked somewhere and I can't lock the door or what have you. So kind of what's been going on with the wagon. I know I haven't given you guys any updates in a while. For that, I apologize. I haven't had much time to work on it, but we're definitely getting back to it now. Little setback with the suspension, but I still haven't washed the outside of this car. As you can see with my LEDs on in here, it's doesn't look that dirty, but it is super dirty. So this paint should clean on up and then should match. I sprayed some of the front up here. As you can see, some of it's been sprayed, so it matches pretty good. If we come down here, let's see if you can get, obviously that's dirty right there, but pretty close match. That's the best I could do mimicking it. So we got a long way to go because this whole front clip that is taken off right here is going to be red. So I'm going to have to mimic the paint. So I'm going to have to get better at it. So that was my first trial run, pretty good. So again, just got to finish up. This whole area right here is pretty rusty. So we're fixing that. Got a few templates made up. We're going to keep going up. Fix a few more. I did a little overspray here, but that's got some rot in it. So we're just going to continue up, fix this whole drip rail. The hood was up actually at an incline, so it put water all in that drip rail. So that's why it's rotting out. I was told to watch the frame because they rot, but frame's completely fine, just the drip rail. Drip rail floors and rear floor have a ton of rust, so we're getting those fixed up and then get to rocking and rolling on getting the front end done with suspension and then disc brakes, and then we'll put the motor and trans in and then flip it around and start working on the EFI tank, and then we will get the Sniper EFI, which is over here, and all my other stuff. We'll get these two things in. They've been sitting for way too long. I apologize for all the water. It rained sideways, so had some water coming under the doors. Corvette, and then also the Chevelle that I got to get out of here as well. So try to free up some room in my shop. So that's it for the wagon update. And yeah, hopefully I'll have you some more stuff here soon. And then we will get back to work. Thanks, guys.